Hello and welcome to Granada Reports. We're live with the latest news across the northwest.
Hello there, good evening. Coming up on the programme tonight.
Who wants it? Who's against? Anyone? Anyone? Who wants it?
Caught on camera, the one-punch killers still looking for trouble as their victim lay fatally injured. Jack, just 25, was training to be a barrister and planning to get married.
The mum missing for more than half a century. Her family say they'll never stop looking for answers.
A right royal occasion as the Queen goes to the Isle of Man to make Douglas officially a city.
And after a ruffling of feathers, over the next few days, our weather takes a more wintry turn. I'll have all the details later on in the programme.
First tonight, two men have been jailed for killing 25-year-old Jack Jeremy Doyle in Preston in a one-punch attack.
Jack, who's from Chorley, was attacked by two strangers while on a night out with friends in the city.
Those two men, Jack Parkinson and Jack Fairclough, were captured on CCTV after the attack, their thuggish behaviour continuing.
Who wants it? Who's against? Anyone? Anyone? Who wants it?
Well, let's talk to our correspondent Anne O'Connor now. She's been at court and Jack's family wants us to show a picture of him, an upsetting picture of him, after the assault.
Yes, Andy, well, it is a horrible irony that Jack Jeremy Doyle was attacked here, right outside Preston Court, where his killers were today jailed. As the judge put it, so very close to where you ended his life. Jack's family have allowed us to use this photograph of him in his final hours at Preston Hospital. Next to him is his girlfriend and hopeful future wife, Caitlin Booth, who knew he wouldn't survive the terrible brain injuries he'd suffered. On a night out in August 2022, he'd been punched by a total stranger, Jake Parkinson, seen here on the left of the picture. Jack Fairclough then floored their victim with a single punch, and Jack had hit his head on the pavement. Both were drunk and drugged. Both had been involved in fights and arguments at pubs all around Preston that night, and both have since admitted that Jack offered no violence, no reason, no excuse for what they did. They were jailed for a total of just over 14 years today, watched by Jack's mum, Susan Howarth, who told us that his donated organs have helped save 4 lives.
In death, he was awarded the Medal of St. John for organ donation. Jack's last act of kindness was to save the lives of 4 individuals through his selfless act of donation. Jack's heart is still beating somewhere.
She said that she's still living in a sea of grief. Lancashire police say this case has proved the impact of such mindless violence, committed sometimes in just seconds. They are urging all of us to simply walk away from it.
Anne O'Connor in Preston, thank you.
Well, next tonight, the family of a missing mother from Greater Manchester say they won't stop searching more than 50 years after she disappeared.
Isabella Skelton went missing in 1969 and hasn't been seen since. Police have now made a fresh appeal for information and are treating the case as a murder inquiry.
Isabella went missing just 2 weeks before her daughter Linda's 15th birthday. Siham Ali has our report tonight.
It was Friday, the 6th of June 1969. My father sat me down in the living room and he was trying to explain to me that my mum had gone to work away.
A mystery still unsolved. 35-year-old mum of 3 Isabella Skelton disappeared from her home in Manchester over 50 years ago. There has been no digital or physical traces of Isabella's existence since she vanished. This prompted a murder investigation. This year, she'd be 90 years old. Police say this is what she'd look like. Her daughter Linda Chapman has been searching for answers for the last 4 decades.
There is answers out there somewhere. There must be answers out there somewhere.
And you need them, don't you?
Yeah, I do need the answers. I do need, and I think, you know, people just think, you know, why are you doing it? It's a long time and all the rest of it. She could be dead. I'm not disputing that.
This week, the police issued a fresh appeal for information relating to Isabella's disappearance. In 2020, a man was interviewed under caution on suspicion of murder, but to this day, no one has been charged. A year later, the police carried out 12 weeks of excavation work on Isabella's home in Crumpsall. Nothing was ever found. Greater Manchester Police told us, regardless of the time past, we are committed to following all lines of inquiry so that we can provide Isabella's family with the answers they deserve. We are continuing to appeal for any information the public may hold, no matter how small it may seem. It could be the missing piece we are looking for. For Linda, the memories are still raw.
Do you still feel like that 14-year-old girl who was told that her mum had gone away?
I mean, I can physically see myself sat on the chair where he told me. You know, that's so in my mind.
Now Linda wants the police to excavate the garages at the back of her childhood home in a bid to find her mum.
My next move, I think, is going to contact the land registry and see if I can get them to excavate it. If, you know, I mean, it could be nothing, it could be something, but it was a garage that we used.
What gives Linda peace of mind now is that someone, somewhere, has the answers she's looking for. Siham Ali, ITV News.
Heartbreaking situation for the family. If you have any information, please get in touch with the police.
Yeah, it's an awfully long time for Isabella's family not to have answers, so please do help them out.
OK, next tonight, a Manchester-based paralegal who grew up on the Gaza Strip is calling for more support for displaced Palestinians.
Yeah, Gassan Gabon has been living in Manchester for the last 8 years, but his family are stuck in Rafah after their home was bombed and destroyed.
When he came into our studio, Gassan told us the government should be helping UK-based Gazans get their families to this country.
I've got my parents and 3 siblings in Gaza right now. They have experienced the most horrific situation, and they've seen the people killed on front of their eyes. And yeah, they've been talking about the difficulties of getting food, of getting water. The last 6 months have been horrific. But now, the invasion of Rafah is immense and it's going to happen at any time. And that means they have nowhere to go.
And you are here, based in Manchester, and presumably extremely frustrated at wanting to do something to help.
To be honest, the frustration is a small word for how we feel. I, along with about 350 families, we are part of the UK Gaza Community Group, and we all have the same issue. We have families who are in Gaza, and we want to bring them to safety. So the main ask is to stop the killing, of course, but while we are waiting for this to happen, we are asking the government, the UK government, to implement a scheme, a family reunion scheme that's similar to the one was implemented in the context of Ukraine. We know this happened before, and it saved the lives of many.
What have the government said to you?
All we hear from the government is sorry. Sorry is not enough.
What else can you do to try and bring your family over here?
We are asking people to sign our petition to call for the government to implement this scheme, and also we ask, the viewers if they can contact their MPs and tell them, we have, to be honest, we have overwhelmingly feeling the support of the British public. And we are very grateful for that.
There are some people in this country who don't want to see more people coming into the country, whatever the circumstances.
describing the situation that our families are going through, I don't think anyone would argue bringing them to safety as a temporary thing. Our families don't want to leave Gaza, but they want safety. This is our only concern, just to save our families' lives.
Ghassan Gabon, thank you.
Thank you very much.
When you see the devastation, those pictures for Ghassan watching here, it's just unbearable.
Absolutely, absolutely. Our thanks to him for coming in. A government spokesperson said that it's working around the clock to get British nationals who want to leave out of Gaza. It currently had no plans to establish a separate rule and a separate route, rather, for Palestinians to come to the UK.
However, they added any dependents of British citizens who need a visa can apply for one. Next, more of the day's news now, and leaders from across the northwest have voted to have Avanti West Coast contract terminated, with the route taken back into public control. Transport for the North today passed a motion to write to the government to ask for the firm to be removed at the earliest opportunity. They say the current situation is unacceptable to the North.
Well, First Group, who run the Avanti service, said in recent months the service has been below expectations on some days for a variety of reasons, including driver unavailability due to historic leave policies, as well as elevated sickness levels.
They added changing the operator wouldn't affect these fundamental issues affecting the service, which is why it is vital, they say, that we continue working with the trade unions with whom we have had recent positive discussions.
More pharmacies have shut in the northwest since 2019 than anywhere else in England. That's according to a campaign group who were in Parliament today. They estimate that 100 closures could have created 500,000 extra GP appointments in the region. The government says it doesn't recognise that figure and that it's funded an expansion of pharmacy services. But one owner in Bury says his business is on the brink.
What impacts this more than anything is our reimbursement on prescriptions, and pharmacies in the north are in a lot of deprived areas, and their reliance upon NHS or upon prescriptions is higher than anywhere else. We're 96% NHS. So when you've got a model, a policy that basically disenfranchises people who do more prescriptions, then we're going to be hit the hardest.
OK, the ITV Evening News continues with the national and international news at 6:30. Here's Mary with the details.
Coming up on the programme, the hospital where the Princess of Wales underwent abdominal surgery is going to look into accusations that staff tried to access her private medical records. There are reports that at least one member of staff at the London clinic tried to get into Kate's notes while she was a patient there. A surprise fall in inflation, but prices are still on the rise. So what does it mean for our pockets? And has your favourite TV show made the cut in the BAFTA nominations? Well, do join me for those stories and more at 6:30.
This is your favourite TV programme, but I don't know if we've been nominated for a BAFTA.
Well, could happen. Could happen. Anyway, earlier this month we told you about the new race equality hub launched by Liverpool City Region.
It promises the largest investment in race equality in the city, with more than £2 million to support career opportunities and develop Black, Asian and minority ethnic businesses right across Liverpool.
Yeah, but what does that really mean for the people who need it most? The small companies looking for a leg up to improve their business in these difficult economic times.
Jennifer Buck has been to meet some of the business people hoping to benefit from the hub.
Today I'm wearing a Tayamika design. So Tayamika is all about celebrating my identity, my heritage.
Taya Hughes runs 7 streets in Liverpool. After struggling to get her designs into shops in the city, she opened her own boutique 2 years ago. And as well as selling her brands, she supports other designers by selling their labels, but she's still getting her name out there.
It's been an ongoing challenge. I still get people that walk through the door and say, how long have you been here? I didn't know you were here. One thing that I don't have is a major marketing budget, so I have to be creative with my marketing and getting the word out there.
They say it's not what you know, but who you know, and that's where the Race Equality Hub steps in. It was launched with big fanfare earlier this month and promises to connect businesses with customers not always aware of what's on offer.
Quite a challenge to go and exhibit at the bigger exhibitions. So far, I was able to get some help from the Equality Hub to, support me in terms of getting my brand on some of these platforms.
It's a similar story for Jules, who taught herself metal smithing during lockdown so she could develop her business of making handcrafted jewellery with healing crystals.
We realise that we do have something to offer. You know, we come from diverse backgrounds, we have diverse thinking, we've had diverse adversity, so we think different. We're problem solvers in different ways.
How could the Race Equality Hub help a business like yours?
Well, I think it's going to be a central point for those that are looking for either support, if there's any opportunities for me to kind of like grow my business, if there's any opportunities for me to use marketing for branding or to do events, then of course I'm going to be all over that. And anything new, as I said, I'm going to take the positive and take whatever opportunities it brings.
The new hub is covering the cost for many businesses showcasing their products at the upcoming Black-owned Business Expo when it comes to Exhibition Centre Liverpool later this year. Jewellery is one of those taking up the offer, as it will put her jewellery in front of a whole new audience.
One of the major barriers to business like mine is that although there's some fantastic markets, they're either too expensive or we're not moving in the right circles.
Sam is a wood turner. From his workshop in his back garden in Liverpool, he runs Keith Turning's Bespoke Furniture. He relies on his website and local markets to sell his products, but says exhibiting on a bigger stage would only be good for his business.
Most ethnic businesses, as we would say, you need people who like different stuff, would come in to buy different stuff. They're looking for products, and they're looking for good quality products, but a high quality. But because nobody shows you or opens the gate for you, then it's very tough to actually find the right people who would come in and buy what they need.
The Race Equality Hub is still in its infancy and has lots to live up to, as it promises to level up the playing field for black and minority ethnic businesses. Jennifer Buck, ITV News in Liverpool.
Great scheme that, and great name, Jewellery.
I know.
Nice one, Jules, like that.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
Some great businesses there, very creative. To sport now, and one of the biggest names in English rugby union has announced he'll be leaving Sale Sharks at the end of the season. After 4 years with the club, the England and British Lions centre, Mani Tuolangi, has agreed to join the French side Bayonne.
The move will also bring to an end his international career, with players based overseas not selected for England.
OK, next tonight, let us introduce you to two Northwest boxers who've just booked their place at the Summer Olympics. For both Pat Brown from Sale and Bolton's Cindy Nagamba, qualifying for the Games in Paris is a dream come true.
Yeah, as you can imagine. But while Pat will be boxing for Team GB, Cindy will represent the refugee Olympic team. Both fighters came into our studios here at Media City and spoke to our sports correspondent, David Chisnell.
Well, guys, those are the Olympic rings. Congratulations, first of all, on qualifying for Paris. How does this feel? Cindy, this must be a dream come true.
I'm overwhelmed. Listen, I'm overwhelmed. All the hard work that I've done, it just shows what I'm capable of. I have so many support behind my back and so many people helping me, and I've managed to do it, and I'm just overwhelmed, so grateful. But the job is not finished.
Pat, for you as well?
Yeah, dream come true. Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to represent my country at the Olympics. So, yeah, over the moon, and like Cindy said, it's not over just yet. We've got to go there, get the medals, and yeah, look forward to it all.
I've got to show you this photo as well, because I love this. So, your glasses in celebration, tell us about these.
Yeah, so after the fight, you walk around the back, and then there's loads of cameras ready to film you and stuff, and then they give you the glasses. Well, to be honest, it's an option if you want to wear them or not, so it's my character to put them on and laugh and joke about it. So yeah, it was a funny experience after the fight, and obviously everyone's on a high, so yeah.
And for you, I believe, did you start when you were like 7 years old? So this is, how old are you now?
24.
24, there you go. So this has been a long journey, not just for you, for everyone else who's been involved as well. So what's the reaction been like?
Yeah, just massive, really. I've got, obviously, my dad who runs a boxing gym, and it's good to show all the kids it's possible. And then, obviously, Nigel Travis from Moss Side as well, and all the kids at that gym to prove to them that anything's possible. And, yeah, ever since I was that little kid at 7 with a dream, it's all coming true now, and the hard work's paying off. So, yeah, I'm over the moon with it all.
Well, Pat, obviously you're going to be representing Team GB out there. Cindy, you're going to be representing the refugee team. You're from Cameroon originally. I mean, you came across to the UK and lived in Bolton when you were just a child. What was that like? Why did you have to do that? And what was it like moving to the UK?
My family believed that it was best for me to come into the UK for a better future. English wasn't my first language, and used to the African life and having to come to a European country and having to adapt with the people and the way of life here in the UK. It was difficult, but listen, I've grew up now, I'm an adult now, and it has brought me to where I am right now, and I'm just grateful.
And how big a part did boxing help as well in that journey?
Boxing, I first started with football when I stayed in Bolton Land Girls Club in Bolton. It was a youth club, and I joined the female football team, but then I got a bit boring because the training wasn't challenging enough, so I joined the boxing team, and that was very, very much challenging. My coach, Dave Langon, was challenging too because he was a very, very strict coach. He didn't believe in female boxing. Now he looks at me, I'm qualified now, he tells me I believe in female boxing now.
And you can't go back to Cameroon, can you? Just tell us why that is.
I can't go to Cameroon right now because of my sexuality. It's illegal, so I got given the refugee status in the UK. Great Britain have been amazing help for supporting me. Even the refugee team, I just want to thank them. Thank my town, Bolton, Elite Boxing and Moss Side and everyone, because they've been through the journey of my boxing ever since I've set foot in the gym in Bolton and the Girls Club and going into different gym, and this is why I am right there. I'm basically like the diamond of what they have produced.
So then, guys, Paris in the summer, it's a lovely time to go, but you've got business, so what is it you want to get from there?
The gold medal. I'm not suffering for anything less. That's the main goal, and I know everyone going to the Olympics, they'll all be in the same boat wanting that gold medal. So, yeah, just prepare right, train hard, and just go with the flow when we get there.
Everything that Pat say, I'm just going to copy and paste it.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We can't wait to see your journey, to follow you in Paris as well. Good luck out there.
Thank you very much.
Fingers crossed.
Thank you very much.
Oh, they're talking the talk.
Yeah, absolutely. Best of luck to Cindy and to Pat in Paris, going for gold. And how much do you want those glasses?
Well, yes.
They were great.
You'd have to be a boxer to wear those glasses, though, wouldn't you?
Definitely. OK, finally, to a right royal occasion on the Isle of Man, which has been hosting a visit today by the Queen.
Yes, Queen Camilla had a series of engagements, including conferring city status on the island's capital, Douglas.
Our Isle of Man reporter Joshua Stokes joined the crowds.
A grand Manx welcome for a very special guest as islanders celebrated the arrival of Queen Camilla. The first royal visit to the Isle of Man since Charles became king, and a rare opportunity to meet royalty.
I didn't think I'd be able to get close to her, I just thought I'd be able to see her.
That's like a lifetime opportunity.
To get to shake hands with her and just to meet her is a joy.
With Charles being ill, she's probably had to do more, but she just gets on with it and does it so well.
And she's so beautiful and everything. Charming, yes, and she made our day.
It's something in history for her to come to the Isle of Man, which is so important to us here.
But amongst the celebration was an official duty, as Her Majesty named Douglas a city, with a personal message from the King.
Fast am I. Good afternoon. I would like to offer, on behalf of my wife and myself, my heartfelt congratulations and my very best wishes for the future.
I'm delighted that Her Majesty was able to take time out of her busy schedule. It was very kind of her and very considerate to give the people of the Isle of Man this honour.
A sentiment shared by all who met with Her Majesty, giving Douglas the official royal seal of approval and leaving the Manx community with a day they won't forget. Joshua Stokes, ITV News, Douglas.
Looks like a great visit. We thought we had a world exclusive there. It looked like Kate in that car, but it wasn't. Here's the weather with Joe.
Why do I need a shower? I've been out in the rain.
The faster you go, the sooner you'll be out. You'll save water too.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Thank you. A very good evening to you. Just about holding on to the mild air for now, but things are turning colder as we approach the weekend. It remains unsettled. Any showers up on higher ground through Friday into Saturday could have a bit of a wintry mix as the colder air returns, and a powerful jet stream for the time being and into next week as well continues to act as a conveyor belt, introducing low pressure system after low pressure system across the country, which means it remains unsettled for the foreseeable future. Back to this evening, bit of a respite from all the rain and wind. Winds falling very light, a few pockets of mist and fog for the northwest of England and the Isle of Man, and 1 or 2 breaks. Temperatures probably dipping to around 4 or 5 Celsius rurally tonight before cloud builds from the west into the early hours of tomorrow morning, and winds will begin to pick up a little bit around the Isle of Man, Irish Sea coasts before dawn. On to tomorrow, and the sun is up at 6:09, setting at 6:27 tomorrow evening. On to tomorrow then, not the best of days, perhaps dry initially, a few glimmers of brightness even with some mist and fog around. Winds pep up through the morning and a band of rain moves west to east across our part of the world through the middle part of the day. It will push away, skies will brighten south of the River Ribble, but it's quite windy tomorrow afternoon. And for those of us living in Cumbria, the Lake District, it's likely to be rather cloudy with more rain during the afternoon. 12 or 13 Celsius isn't too bad, but it's not feeling great in the wind, especially up on higher ground and along the coastline. Looking ahead through the rest of the week, pretty unsettled and showery, and it's certainly turning colder into this weekend with a frost on Friday night. Enjoy your evening. Bye-bye.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
All right, Joe, thanks very much for that. We're back with an update after news at 10.
Yes, tomorrow Cheshire housewife Lauren Simon talks about her time in the celebrity Big Brother house.
Yes, you can always find the latest on our website, of course. Right now, the stars who are to be honoured at the Northern Music Awards, and we've featured lots of them here, haven't we, on Granada
9
Introducing?
of those up for awards have been on Granada Introducing.
Amazing. And if you've missed any of them, you can catch them on our website as well.
You certainly
Thank you
can.
for watching.
Good night.